Hey everybody, welcome back. I want to come back and talk to something that I heard in the last week or two, and it's very important because it refers to electric vertical takeoff landing vehicles. The electrical vertical takeoff and landing vehicles are referred to EVTOLs, and I want to talk about one of them that I think has the upper hand. I'm going to be making a video of the other three that I believe have the chance of becoming something like Tesla in the next 10 to 15 years. And I think that it is very evident right now with what we are seeing with the electric vehicles that something like this is to happen because it makes sense. It makes sense because, especially because of the traffic that you see on the big cities, and it's something that's coming up, and it's something that right now it's at the beginning of its development, and this right here is what I think is going to be the future. Now, whoever company designs it, however they want to, and however they want to do it, the electric vertical takeoff landing market, it's essentially about to start. So this is a company called Archer. Okay, they're public in the stock market exchange. It's pretty much a company that you can compare to as Tesla. Early on, they have some prototypes that essentially they want to develop, and they're raising funding. They went into the stock market like 2 months ago, month and a half ago. And here's what I'm going to touch to the very most important topics that I think it's important to invest in this company, and why I'm investing in this company too right now. Right now it's like a 3 to 4%, 5% portfolio. I'm gonna get there, and I think this is why the future is where it's going to be. The ticker symbol ACHR. Evaluation of the company when it came out, it's 2.7 billion, and they have 1.1 billion in capital structure of how much they're going to be spending. This was a SPAC. It came in as a SPAC. It came in through has Atlas Crest, but now it's you can find it in the stock market with this ticker symbol ACHR. So just very, very high level. I mean, electric motors, okay, they might have the batteries somewhere here, or maybe somewhere in here. The avionics are here. The batteries probably here. This is probably where you get the batteries. Okay, and why I like this is because this EVTOLs fall in the urban air mobility. These are going to become. They're going to supply the Ubers and the Lyfts of of electric vehicles, electric aviation. And so I think that this is going to be interesting. Now, Archer. Let's talk about Archer, right? So essentially, what you would think with this technology is you are at point A, you want to go to point B, right? So you ascend, right, really quick. You hover up, and then you descend. So I'm thinking, based on the technology that we have right now with batteries and electric vehicles, these trips are going to be within 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes, you go from here to here, with an EVTOL of whatever technology, and essentially you get where you want to go. So this is interesting. All these things, they pivot. So they allow you to take off, and then they give you the thrust forward in vectoring, and so you take off and you land, but you also have they rotate so that they pretty much variable. Now Archer has this design which they right now they pretty much are considered the the leading in terms of like the design and where they are on the certifications. Look, they got people from Tesla, Mazda. They got people from Airbus. They got people from Piper. I mean, this is people that they're bringing in people with experience. Why I think this is important? Because this 1.5 trillion total addressable market. They believe that all these sections right here, shared mobility, airlines, cargo, military and defense, key, they are going to penetrate and they are going to address each of these markets, which have, you know, a pretty decent market. I mean, if you compare this to the electric vehicle market, obviously it's not there, but I mean, it's pretty significant, right? So why I like Archer is because of this too. This is pretty significant. United decided to give them, you know, an order of $1 billion plus in orders for additional 500 million aircraft. So this is interesting, right? Because you get the big airliners bringing in money into this, and then you also have collaboration agreements with Fiat, you know, with partnerships. This is partnerships everywhere, right? This is what you want in a company that's early on the EVTOLs. I mean, this is the technology now. Now, I want to jump into the interesting stuff. This right here. So 3 engines, 3 electric engines. I'm pretty sure batteries are there. $3.3 a mile. Okay, so this is comparable to Uber, right? Like, think about it, right? These people are saying that you're gonna be able to pay, like, if you travel 30 miles, you know, let's say, you know, you travel 30 miles in a day, you're only paying, let's say, $100 for that trip. Now, for somebody that lives in California, Miami, or New York, $100 a day is not a lot, because you could, this is time, right? Like, if you spend 2 hours of your day in traffic, right, and you know, you only gotta pay $100. I mean, that's, there you go, right? Like, this 2 hours, this time you're never gonna get back. However, the $100 gives, you can make more than $100 in those 2 hours that you're losing. So this I'm expecting to go down with time. I'm expecting it to go down. 60 miles at 150 miles per hour. This is what I was telling you. These are going to be short trips. So they're going to take off. They're going to be 60 miles. They're going to land, and they're going to recharge. So, you know, this 60 miles is pretty, I mean, that's a lot of range, right? I mean, if you go from Brickell, right? If you live in Miami, you could go all the way to Fort Lauderdale, you know, and that's within the 60 miles, right? And you could be there in, you know, it's 150 miles per hour, right? So essentially you could get there in, I don't know, it looks like 20 minutes, right? That's pretty, or less. That's pretty fast. So how are they doing this? Yeah, pretty sick. I mean, this is pretty, it looks like it's only for poor people, but you know, it looks pretty significant. It looks like they got some things, you know, the business model. They literally want to partner with the big boys, and this is the aircraft that they're designing for United, as you can see. And here it is, right? This is what I was talking to you about. An Uber trip that's 1 hour and 25 minutes, takes 16.5 miles, can take 7 minutes, which is 14.9 miles, with this aircraft. Okay, this is big. This is huge. Not only because you spend 1 hour and 25 minutes and 16 miles, which is pricey if you take an Uber. You're talking plus, you know, $200 trip here. And this, with the rate that they showed here, with this rate of $3.3 a mile, you know, think about it, right? A trip from New York City to JFK will take around, it's probably going to be $60, right? For 7 minutes. So think about it. Even if you pay $200 here, let's say that 3.3 is not there, and you pay $200 here, you take 7 minutes versus 1 hour and a half. That's significant time that you don't get back. Okay, so this is why I think this is the future. This is very important that we get there. And, you know, another thing that they always compare this to, it's like, okay, so, you know, the Ubers are slow, the EVTOLs are fast, you know, you get charged 1.5, this is 3, but look, it's the time you get back, right? Take an hour, it's a sixth of an hour, it's you don't get that back. So this is why they're saying this is going to be important, and this is why I think there's a lot of people that are going to, whoever has money and wants to come up with a business model, they're going to start buying these things, this units, and they're, let's say you buy 2, right? 2 units, 2 of those aircraft, and simply you go by what they say, you can make $4.8 million a year in revenue per unit. I mean, with those 2 units, I'm sorry. So it's 2.4 per unit. So that's a lot of revenue now. Now I'll be interested to see, what the cost of that revenue will entail, so that you get, what's the margin on that. So look, air mobility is here to stay. It's gonna continue to go up. The way I see this is, has a curve, right? Exponential. I think this is right here. Like a Tesla right now, it's here. We're here very early on. It's very early. And so I think this is important. This company, it's right now, it's generating money. This is where I was saying that right now we are here and they got all these things, but by 2030, which is in 9 years, they already scaled. They already scaled in different cities. These are the companies that I'm looking at. This is a very good example of the companies. This is Archer. This is the one I'm talking about right now. Talk about Joby, Lilium, and then there's a company that's called Blade Air Mobility, and I'm adding those 4, and I'm keeping an eye on those 4. Blade, it's gonna be the Uber in the air and the lifts. Archer, Joby, and Lilium are essentially gonna be the manufacturers. They're gonna be making this unit. So they have important partners. Okay, they have important partners. This is important. It's very early on. The projection that I have is going to be massive, right? The powertrains, they got some batteries. How people think, okay, these are heavy things. How are they lifting it? The technology of the batteries are going to continue to improve, right? 74 kilowatt hour batteries with a 62 kilowatt max power cell with a voltage that's between 3 to 4.5. This is gonna get better with time. Batteries, I think Elon Musk said that it wouldn't make sense to have an electric, an EVTOL that really doesn't give you, that doesn't have more than, I think it was like 60 kilowatt hours, and with less than 600 kilowatts doesn't really get it, because you're literally, the range doesn't permit it, and then you will need a lot of batteries. So you're fighting that thrust that you're gonna get versus the weight, right? But if you keep increasing the thrust, you increase the weight, and so you're fighting that, right? So like thrust, weight, thrust, weight, thrust, weight. So you're always keeping that radio, but you're really not going anywhere. You're really not pushing that envelope. The only way to get the thrust back is to lower the weight by designing better batteries, and that's why I think this is important. Because we're gonna get to a point that we're gonna get a really high power battery with that can store and output a lot of energy, that would make sense to power the electric motors, that would allow you to have the range that you would like. So anyways, this is what I'm saying. They have redundancy. They have cells dedicated to each motor, and this is good, because if these ones die, for some reason, then you still got some thrust to land, right? I think this is a nice design. However, I think Lilium has the most scalable design. Okay, this has a limit into what you can scale. In the next video that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna be talking about Lilium and how they designed their aircraft to that makes it scalable in terms of how many people you can fit inside. Because right now, I think the quantity of people you can fit in here is 4 to 5, maybe. I don't know. So we'll see. However, I think you get the, oh look, yeah, here it is. This is the design of the aircraft, right? You get all your avionics, right? You get the batteries. You can see it in here. I was right before. And so it's a high grade system. You got laser, antennas, quad redundant FAA. That's what they need. But the batteries are in the back. I mean, I like this system. I like the manufacturing design that they got. They're expecting that they're gonna do 200 to 1,000 aircraft a year. This is important, right? This is what I'm saying. Archer, okay, is a manufacturer. The manufacturer makes it to, let's say, Blade, right? Blade don't make them. They buy them. They rent them. So I think that's why they're gonna get the upper hand in terms of, you want a manufacturer, that supplies to a end user. So that's going to be interesting, because then this is like Tesla supplying to Uber, and you want that. You want to be on both markets. You want to be on this market. So that's why I'm buying Blade, okay, and that's why I'm buying Archer, Lilium, and Joby. And then the financial summary for this one, let's just touch it really quick. That I'm gonna be quick on this one because, like I said, this is our starting, and I really don't want to spend too much time on this. And I'm just showing you why I'm investing in this company. Look at this, right? Look at this right here, the projections that they have, and look at where we are going to be in 2024. Look at the revenue, look at the growth, and look at the free cash flow. Those are the things that I always look. They're going to be positive cash flow in 2026. Right now, they're projecting a revenue. They're projecting a revenue of $42 million in 2024. Think about it. We're in 2021. Okay, these people are not making any revenue right now. Okay, they're going to be. They got money. They got money and contracts from United, but they're not making any money yet. Why I think this is going to happen is because of the plan that I just showed you, and why I think this is going to work out. Look how much money they're projecting for 2030. That's in 9 years. Okay, positive cash flow. Okay, the growth, it's insane. They're going to have the most growth here. Well, obviously because they're projecting a jump from 2024 to 2025. But look at the growth. Look at this growth. I mean, this is insane, right? In 9 years. So look, man, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. You know, this is some comparisons they want, and if you want to access this slide deck, you can click on the link down below. But I mean, in theory, the expect this to have a lot of penetration in the next 9 to 10 years. I said at the beginning of the video, it's going to be 10 to 15 years. I think what they're projecting is a little faster, it's a little aggressive. But look, this is where you want to be if you want to invest in the future companies that look like a Tesla, you know, early on. Remember, you're investing in this thing. This is going to solve a lot of the problems with traffic that you're having. And again, like I said, you put your money where you think that this is going to be. I'm looking at all these companies. I'm making my decisions based on data and based on what I think these things are making sense. Look, I'm just giving you a heads up. Hope you like the video. I'm just, like I said, I'm not here to sell you a subscription or like sell you something. I'm just here to give my opinion, and I hope this makes sense, right? Because you, at the end of the day, you had to do your own homework. You got to make your own decisions. You invest where you wanted to invest. But essentially, this is one of the companies that I'm investing in that's very early on into the development, and I hope that you do the same. And good luck.